What's that? You want more? Very well. Here are 50 amazing Pokemon facts number 2. In's real name is Natural Harmonious Gropius. Lawrence III, the villain of Pokemon 2000, was originally supposed to be voiced by Ian McKellen. However, this did not happen because McKellen was busy filming The Lord of the Rings. Dinos, Violets, and Hydreigon were originally designed to be based off of army tanks. Nidoqueen's original entry stance in Pokemon Stadium showed it cupping its breast. It is still shown this way in the Japanese version, but was changed for the international release. The most recent Kadabra card was printed in the Skyridge set in 2003. Coughing and Weezing's original names were Night and Law after New York and Los Angeles. Ash Ketchum was ranked by WatchMojo.com as the 10th best anime hero of all time. Mewtwo Strikes Back received the widest theatrical release of any anime film in history, appearing on over 3,500 screens in the United States. Maddie Blaustein, the original voice of Meowth, recorded her final Meowth line by saying, "We're blasting off again" in the episode Pasta La Vista. Pokemon creator Satoshi Tajiri's favorite Pokemon is Poliwhirl. Clefairy was originally supposed to be the Pokemon mascot, not Pikachu. Ash was originally supposed to own a Clefairy, and the entire first episode of the anime was animated as such. The decision to switch it to Pikachu didn't come until planning began for Ash's battle with Brock. To date, Feebas is the only Pokemon whose method of evolution changed between generations. In generations 3 and 4, it needed to be leveled up with high happiness. From Generation 5 on, it needed to be traded while holding a prism scale. Gardevoir's Japanese name is Sir Knight. Contrary to popular belief, this does not mean it's supposed to be a boy. It simply means it is a warrior, and Sir in Japanese does not mean the same as Sir in English. In addition, Gardevoir was always meant to look like a girl. So there, comment section. In Generation 3, if two Wobbuffet with leftovers face each other, their battle will continue forever. Shekel is able to deal the most legitimate damage in the games. 481,266,000 damage. As of XY episode 35, Ash has owned a total of 72 types of Pokemon. That's exactly 1/10 of all Pokemon currently in existence. Pokemon Red and Blue versions were originally planned to include a female trainer the player could choose. She didn't make it into the game because it was so constrained for space, but eventually appeared in other media as the trainer Green. Pokemon Red and Blue are the second best-selling Game Boy games of all time, only after Tetris. Nidorina and Nidoqueen are unable to breed, and nobody knows why. Helioptile was the first Pokemon to be revealed with Normal as a secondary typing. According to legend, the first Pokemon to Mega Evolve was Lucario. Twitch Plays Pokemon received a Guinness World Record for the most participants of a single-player video game, 1,165,140 between February 12 and March 1, 2014. Aller was appointed champion of Unova and didn't win the position. Iris claimed the title from him in a Pokemon battle. There are only 4 Pokemon that are guaranteed to be shiny in the games: Red Gyarados in Generations 2 and 4, and Gible, Dratini, and Haxorus from Black 2 and White 2. To date, the only way to legitimately obtain Mew in-game is in Emerald. It's found on Faraway Island, which requires the Event Item Old Scene map. Faraway Island itself is based off the real-world country of Guyana, which is where Mew is said to have originated in the Cinnabar Mansion diaries. Kalos is a real word in the Greek language and means beauty. If Shedinja obtains the ability Sturdy, it will always survive direct damage from attacks thanks to it only having 1 HP. Diglett has feet, but nobody knows what its feet look like. Pokemon has been referenced in House and ER. Giratina and the Sky Warrior set a record for the most ticket pre-orders for an animated film in 2008. Pokemon Illustrator is the rarest and most expensive Pokemon card in the world. There are only 6 copies in existence, and the last time one sold it went for over $20,000. Golduck's original name was Psyduck, and Psyduck's original name is Golduck. Make more sense now? Aggron is the only Pokemon that loses a type when it Mega Evolves. It goes from Steel and Rock to just plain Steel. If you hack into Fire Red and Leaf Green, a sailor will tell you to buy the game or die. Yes, that's an official message from Game Freak. If the conditions are correct, it is possible to train a level 1 Pokemon to level 87 in one single battle. Among other things, you must battle a trainer with 6 Blissey, your Pokemon must be foreign, with max Pokemonomy friendship, and has to hold a lucky egg. 3 out of 4 Azurill are female. Only 2 in every 4 Marill are female. This means half the time your female Azurill will evolve into a male Marill. Dodrio can learn Flying, and Zubat can learn Main Look. Pokemon Black and White versions marked the first time the term shiny Pokemon was used in-game. It was only a fan term up until this point. Ash's birthday is May 22. There's a protein in your body called Pikachurin, named after Pikachu, which provides electricity to the brain. The original Pokemon Stadium only featured 42 playable Pokemon. Pokemon Gold and Silver were released with the intention of being the series finale. However, when they were released in Japan, the original Pokemon games came to America, and the following phenomenon changed the Pokemon creators' minds. If a Pokemon existed that had every single type, its only weakness would be Rock. Just trust me on this one. There are over 4 billion possible patterns that a Spinda can have. Just like Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres are puns on 1, 2, and 3 in Spanish, Dino, Violus, and Hydreigon are puns of 1, 2, and 3 in German. Munna was referenced in Red and Blue over a decade before it appeared in-game. Reading Pokemon Adventures from beginning to end tells one long, complete, interconnected story. Perhaps the most amazing fact? There is a mathematical formula which predicts that Pokeballs can, in fact, theoretically exist. In other words, maybe one day, Pokemon will exist. Thanks everyone for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and a like, and a comment, and all that fun stuff. Zippy and I do these kinds of videos all the time, so hope you enjoyed them in the future. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more.